If you ask any group of comic book fans who the most powerful mutant is, you're bound to ignite an argument that could last for hours. After all, in the broad and tangled world of Marvel's X-Men, mutants range from the guy who can change the color of his skin to those who can rip apart the universe with a thought. But amidst endless speculation, retcons, and alternate timelines, one name consistently rises above the rest: Jean Grey. But even that answer comes with layers of nuance, controversy, and context. Let's break down why perhaps, why it's not so simple. To understand what makes a mutant the most powerful, it helps to start with the basics. In the Marvel Universe, mutants are individuals born with the X gene, giving them abilities beyond human norms. Some barely register above the average, while others hold the fate of worlds in their hands. Mutant powers are ranked from Alpha to Omega levels, with Omega-level mutants such as Magneto, Storm, Iceman, and Jean Grey representing the absolute limits of mutant potential. But being Omega isn't enough. What truly catapults a mutant into the realm of unstoppable power is not just raw strength, but versatility, control, and sometimes a connection to something greater. This is where Jean Grey comes in. Originally, Jean's mutant ability was telekinesis, moving objects with her mind. Later, her powers expanded to encompass telepathy of the highest order. Alone, that would make her one of the planet's greatest psychics, rivaling even Professor Xavier. But then came the Phoenix Force, an ancient, cosmic entity embodying life, death, and rebirth. When Jean bonded with the Phoenix, her powers were amplified to godlike extremes. She gained the ability to manipulate matter at a subatomic level, to resurrect herself and others, to wipe out entire star systems with a thought. In the infamous Dark Phoenix saga, Jean's abilities literally threatened the existence of the universe itself. With a whisper, she could unmake galaxies. With a tear, bring civilizations to their knees. But the flip side of such epic power is a lack of control, something that has haunted Jean for decades. Every time she merges with the Phoenix, the line between hero and destroyer blurs, and the human world looks increasingly small and fragile beneath her gaze. However, Jean Grey is not alone in the conversation. Apocalypse, the ancient mutant who predated almost all others, possesses virtually limitless strength, immortality, and molecular manipulation. Franklin Richards, the son of Fantastic Four members Reed and Sue Richards, is technically a mutant as well, and his reality-warping powers once casually created universes. Then there's Legion, the fractured son of Professor X, who houses hundreds of wildly powerful personalities, each with a distinct mutant ability. When Legion's mind is stable, an exceedingly rare event, his potential is nearly infinite. Yet, there is a catch. Both Franklin and Legion have often struggled to fully tap or control their potential, making them existential threats as much by accident as by intent. Magneto and Storm, while frequently categorized as Omega level, typically influence the physical or natural world on an enormous scale, but rarely wield the universe-threatening touch of the Phoenix or Legion at their peak. Professor X himself has theorized that the most dangerous mutant is often the one who can influence minds en masse, suggesting that subtlety and strategy may be more effective than cosmic might. Others argue for Mystique, whose powers of subterfuge and infiltration have altered world events countless times, making her a power player in her own right. Why? So where does this leave us? If you tally up sheer destructive capability, Jean Grey as the full Phoenix eclipses almost every other mutant in history. She is the living embodiment of potential and peril, a force that can create, destroy, and reshape reality itself. Franklin Richards may have a case, and Legion's unpredictability places him close behind. But for sheer narrative weight and historical consistency, it's John, the Phoenix Force, that wears the crown. But perhaps the real answer is less about who can destroy planets, and more about who chooses not to. Ultimate power is terrifying. Ultimate restraint, perhaps even more so. In the end, the most powerful mutant is defined not just by their gifts, but by their choices and the world they choose to create or spare. And that, perhaps, is the greatest power of all.